Hello, Minister. It's a month since the report of the Commission of Investigation into Mother and Baby Homes was launched, and since the State apologised for how our most vulnerable were failed, shamed and traumatised, institutionally, systematically and holistically. And a month since the report was launched, which could have offered survivors some ownership or empathy, but disappointed many because of its detached and legalistic tone. We as a government wanted the 22 actions coming from the report to be the start of a process of healing for what I can only imagine is a huge amount of pain. Pain from being alienated and stigmatised by those who should have cherished and protected them. What happened to survivors was unnatural, unchristian and unforgivable. When the report of the Commission of Investigation into Mother and Baby Homes was launched, it was to be the beginning of a process of redress and reconciliation, and not shutting the door on their pain and our shame. But unfortunately, what says shutting the door more than deleting testimony without full clarity and consent? I understand, Minister, that you will afford an opportunity to those who gave their testimonies to rectify the inaccuracies in the official record of their contributions where there is dispute as to what was said or how it was portrayed, and I look forward to seeing that. I don't think that it matters that it was the Commission acting independently who chose to delete the audio recordings of the statements made to the confidential committee and didn't keep transcripts. What matters is if they are gone and irretrievable. What matters is that survivors might be let down and that their needs, their unmet needs of the past, still do not come first. Meeting their needs must come first. If we have the opportunity to rectify that as a government, we must do so and do everything that we can. And I know that you were speaking about, you were on the radio this morning. I welcome that you are acting on the interdepartmental group on restorative recognition with a report to be due back by the end of April, the broad approach you are taking, and that it will be underpinned by human rights, consultation and previous learnings, that it will include wider supports and isn't just financial. I know that you are absolutely committed to the 22 actions from the report, including access to birth and early life information, the reclaiming of data and information and tracing legislation, that you will ensure a dignified burial for the babies who perished. And I think the work that you are doing through the collaborative forum, setting out a workable structure of engagement with survivors, is critical. And I'd ask you for a timeline, Minister, now that we're 1 month on. For me, the process of reconciliation works best when it's reciprocated. So to be able to tell your truth and also to feel that you are heard, truly heard. And I think that as a government we can't rest until the process for doing that is achieved. And as part of our collective history, that it's memorialised and preserved so we never forget the wrong that was done. I suppose my question to you today about extending the Commission, given all of the emails that have come in to us, is what can be achieved by extending it. If it can give any peace, offer any respite or answers to survivors, then of course it should be considered. Ireland has, and I suppose I also heard what you said this morning about how difficult it was to do the judicial investigation and truth-telling, and I understand that, and I think that's really important going forward. Ireland has transformed in the last 30 years, I'm glad to say, but all trauma carries. And this is part of our identity, and there can be no hiding from that, from the pain that was caused, and we have to own that. And I'd just like to say that you are my constituency colleague, sometimes my constituency competitor, but that I know that while the words of the report could be cold and uncaring, that you and our government is not. I welcome the update that you will give us today, and I heard your words on the radio this morning, and just hope that we can get this right and that the 22 actions are our main focus and not letting down the survivors. Thank you.